Is there someone you love so much that you'd be willing to die for them? We're exploring the Ancient Book of Deuteronomy to obtain guidelines to help us in our daily living. In this series of lessons, we examine what it means to really love God and love others. In line with loving God, our key text is found in Deuteronomy 6, verse 5. And it says, "You should love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and with all your strength." The title of this lesson is The First Commandment. Both the Old and the New Testament shows us that God is good, kind, gracious, loving, and forgiving. However, some, for various reasons, want to separate the Old Testament from the New Testament. But it can't be done without destroying the true meaning of the New Testament. You see, the New Testament is the revelation of Jesus, and it tells us of his life, death, resurrection, and his high priestly ministry in heaven today. Furthermore, the New Testament points to the fulfillment of many of the Old Testament predictions and promises God made in the Old Testament. So in many ways, the Old Testament forms the background, context, or basis for the New. Both testaments reveal the goodness, mercy, and love of God. This is the reason why over and over the New Testament writers, including Jesus, quotes the Old Testament writers. For instance, in Mark 12, 28 through 30, a question was asked about the first commandment of all. What was Jesus' response, and from where does he get his answer? Mark 12, 28 through 30 says, "Then one of the scribes came, and having heard them reasoning together, perceiving that he had answered them well, asked him, 'Which is the first commandment of all?' Jesus answered him, 'The first of all the commandments is, Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. And you shall love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, with all your mind, and with all your strength. This is the first commandment." Interesting enough, a scribe, someone who had dedicated his life to understanding the law and how it should be applied, asked this question. And what does Jesus do? He refers back to the writings of the Old Testament, specifically Deuteronomy 6, starting with the affirmation, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one." And then quotes the next verse as well about loving God with all our hearts, our souls, and strength. He pointed to the key affirmation of the Lord as their God, their only God. And based on that great truth, they were called to love him supremely. What could be more present truth? That is truth relevant to today than this command. Moreover, as the final events of this earth's history unfold, everyone will be called to choose one side or the other. Revelations 14:12 indicates the commandments of God as written in the Old Testament will be even more relevant. For Revelations 14:12 indicates that the people of God, that is, New Testament believers, keep the commandments of God. It says, "Here is the patience of the saints. Here are those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus." Revelation 14:12 wraps the Old and the New Testament together. It does not nullify either one. Ultimately, it becomes our choice whether we truly love God or not. The deciding issue will be based on our loving God with all our heart and our soul and might. This love is not dependent upon our parents' love for God, our spouse's love for God or someone else's love for God. It comes down to, do we as individuals know him for ourselves? Have we for ourselves experienced his goodness, his love, and his grace? I close the final part of this lesson with the following quote from The Great Controversy, page 652, speaking of the future experience of the saved in heaven. It says, "As the nations of the saved look upon their Redeemer and behold the eternal glory of the Father shining in his countenance, as they behold his throne, which is from everlasting to everlasting, and know that his kingdom is to have no end, they break forth in rapturous song. Worthy, worthy is the Lamb that was slain and hath redeemed us to God by his own precious blood." Now, that's something to die for.